Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith here with an update on what's brewing in the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing imminently forming here, but we do have a surface trough interacting with an upper level feature, and that's giving us some showers and thunderstorms over the Gulf. The odds of development pretty low, but not zero. We've got a 10% chance something forms up here in the next 2 days, and a 20% chance, a little better chance as it gets out into the Atlantic Ocean. Doesn't appear to be headed our way, and what we do see with this is that on Thursday afternoon, low pressure area meanders a little north, and we'll see some moisture on the backside of that low. We could actually see an enhancement to our local showers and storms on Thursday afternoon. Friday, it looks like most of the rain starts to pull away as the low heads towards South Florida. There it is there. Still likely to be a broad low pressure area, but it may tighten up a little as it moves into the Atlantic by Sunday. A lot of upper level wind shear, so that's inhibiting significant development, we believe, in the short term. But long-range models do show a low-pressure area, either tropical or non-tropical, as we head into the weekend. Locally, our rain chances stay super low through your Tuesday night and into your Wednesday morning. We really don't see a lot brewing here, but by Wednesday afternoon, we will have a couple of isolated showers in the picture, and rain chances about 20% tomorrow afternoon. A little better shot on Thursday. Morning temperatures are not as cool, but still decent in the inland areas. Low 60s there, upper 60s Mobile, mid 60s in Daphne, and upper 60s in Pensacola, 68 in Gulf Shores. Over the next 24 hours tomorrow, we get up into the middle 80s, but temperatures held in check a little. Some of the models printing out an opportunity for some cloud cover tomorrow, so that may keep a little lid on the heating. We'll put it at 87 tomorrow. Isolated showers. A little better chance of scatter rain Thursday with a high of 85. We trend towards the upper 80s and 90 degrees by the weekend. Watch out for the heat building on Saturday and Sunday. Rain chances look widely scattered into early next week. Coming up on Next Weather, meteorologist Matt Barentine helps you get ready for the upcoming hurricane season with a look at evacuation routes. Plus, Michael White focuses on flash flooding when Next Weather returns.
Can I play? Sure, but you need to bring your own truck. That's not a problem.
The FOX10 Storm Tracker fleet, taking you live to more places, covering the Gulf Coast like no one else can. Unrivaled experience, unparalleled severe weather coverage.
I think I need a bigger sandbox.
If a major hurricane threatens our area, it's critical to know the evacuation routes. You may have an idea where you'd like to go, but if a storm threatens from a different direction or your normal route is impassable, do you know what to do? Meteorologist Matt Barentine breaks down your options.
If a strong hurricane is headed towards our coastline, there's a good chance you may need to evacuate. Let's start off here in Mobile County. Now, I know some of these you're going to know, but I wanted to make sure you see all the different options. First off, you have I-10 westbound, eastbound, also Highway 98 northbound going up through Lucedale. Then there's going to be Highway 45 taking you up through Citronelle, and then you're going to have Highway 43 taking you up through Mount Vernon and Jackson. And then, of course, the biggest route out will be I-65 northbound. Let's head on over to Baldwin County. Look at the different evacuation routes. You have the Beach Express taking you up to I-10. You have Highway 59, then Highway 31 taking you up to I-65. And then you have Highway 98 and 225 north taking you up to I-65. Then, of course, you can go eastbound or westbound on I-10. And then finally, you could also go northbound on I-65. And that's a critical thing, that northbound on I-65, because in the event of a storm headed our way, what they'll likely do is do contraflow. Contraflow is turning around all the lanes, so all 4 lanes will go northbound up to Montgomery. That'll help with the evacuation and getting folks out of town. In the Panhandle, you have a lot of options here. Highway 29 to Alabama 113, taking you up to 65. Then you got Highway 87 through Santa Rosa County, taking you up to Alabama 31 through Evergreen. And then you got I-65 north from those two highways. Then you could also take Highway 85 over in Okaloosa County, and then get on I-10 eastbound or westbound. So it's always critical to know this information before a storm ever comes. In Mobile, Matt Barentine, Fox 10 News.
All right, and flash flooding can cause problems any time of the year for us on the Gulf Coast, and it's something you always have to be ready for. Meteorologist Michael White has more.
I'm meteorologist Michael White for Next Weather, and tonight we're going to be talking all about flash flooding, a big threat on the Gulf Coast that we can get really in any given season. Even with a pop-up storm in the summer, if it lasts a long time and doesn't move, flash flooding can easily show up. And these are the different types of flooding that we can end up faced with on the Gulf Coast. You got urban and small stream advisories. So what is that? Well, it's flooding of small streams, streets, and low-lying areas. What you need to do is stay away from the areas that are prone to flooding and stay clear of rapidly moving water. Then we have what's known as a flood watch. If you have a flood watch, that's where flooding is possible, typically within about 6 to 48 hours before rain is expected to reach the area. What you need to do is just stay tuned to local river forecasts, prepare for areas near rivers to spread toward nearby roads and buildings. So if your location is near a river, you are impacted by what are just known as flood watches and warnings. A flood warning is where flooding impacts are imminent. You need to stay tuned to local media, including FOX10. Make sure you stay alert to what the river levels are in that type of situation. But there is a distinct difference between flood warning and flash flood warning. Now, flash flooding impacts more mainstream locations. Flash flooding is possible 6 to 48 hours before rain is expected to reach an area, and it is a bit more widespread. Flash flooding can happen even if you are not near a river basin. There's parts of the area that are more prone to flash flooding. Downtown Mobile, places with poor drainage systems, low-lying areas are also prone to flash flooding. But the two biggest on this chart is flash flood warning and flash flood emergency. A flash flood warning means that dangerous flash flooding is happening or will happen soon. Some roads will be flooded. Homes and businesses may flood. Now, in a rare situation, a flash flood emergency is issued. It's rare when that is issued, but that means human life and catastrophic damage from flash flooding is happening or will happen. Now, a lot of times a alert will come from your cell phone company if there is a flash flood warning in your area. And it'll also usually alert you for flash flood emergencies, but you need to make sure that you are getting those warnings. This is just an example of 2019 on Dauphin Street when we had random flash flooding. And this is a peek at, I don't know, some idiot who is standing in front of a watch warning map showing you the distinct difference in these polygons. So where you see that dark shade of red, that is a flash flood warning, and you can see that that was impacting at the time. I believe this picture was from 2017, and you can see parts of southeast Mobile County, southern Baldwin County, parts of Santa Rosa County were underneath flash flood warnings. This is a look at what that might resemble on radar. Notice how showers are training, which means they're moving over the same spots over and over and over. So, for example, in this radar image, if this was happening now, if you were around Pensacola, Cantonment, Orange Beach, you would be getting waves of heavy rain because once a shower moved over you, more is forming in the Gulf and moving over the exact same spots. And that creates flash flood warnings and could eventually create flash flood emergencies. The best way you can get these is you've got to get the FOX10 weather app if you don't have it already. You've got to go to your phone's app store or scan that QR code and get it on your device today. And you can set it up to get flash flood warnings because that may be a warning that you don't think of. Oftentimes we think of severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, and you need to make sure that you know that flooding can be just as dangerous and just as deadly. And even in the summer season, flash flooding can be a major problem, not just from pop-up storms, but also from tropical storms and hurricanes. So you want to make sure that, especially if you live in a low-lying or flood-prone zone, you are getting those watches and warnings in regards to flash flooding. For Next Weather, I'm meteorologist Michael White. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
And coming up, we'll have your 7-day forecast.
New to the Fox 10 weather app, your 24-hour radar forecast. Be the first to see how precipitation is going to affect your plans across the Gulf Coast. Detailed hour by hour. The 24-hour radar forecast on the Fox 10 weather app. Plus the latest breaking news with the Fox 10 News app.
Got him, bro.
Stay alert with Fox 10. Prime time is Fox 10 time.
The latest on the night's top stories are first on Fox 10 News at 9.
Wrap up your day, informed and ready for the morning.
We have some changes ahead in your forecast. We'll go out 7 days and then we'll go out 10 days so you can see the long range trends here. And looking at the temperatures, isolated showers tomorrow, scattered on Thursday, isolated Friday, Saturday. Temps getting to around 90 and staying there into early next week. So overnight lows creep up, daytime highs creep up, starting to look like June, and that forecast could even be a little hotter by next week. And we will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms into next week. It looks like those typical garden variety air mass showers and storms that fire up in the afternoons and evenings. And we've got those overnight lows creeping up some too. Look at that, 72, then 74. The muggy nights are right around the corner. That's what's coming up here on Fox 10. Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather.